All right, joining us now, Fox News politics editor Chris Stirewalt and Fox News media analyst Howard Kurtz. Gentlemen, welcome. Good to have you here tonight. Busy night, as always, covering the Trump White House. Chris, what are your thoughts tonight?
Well, I would say that the president has set himself up with a pretty tough pass-fail test here by bringing somebody who is no-nonsense, like General Kelly, into his White House. So you got a guy like Priebus, as you see there. Priebus is going to do whatever Trump tells him to do or whatever he thinks Trump might like. He is definitely the receiver here, not the quarterback. But with Kelly, Trump's got to be ready. I'll put it this way. One of two things is going to be true here. Either Donald Trump is ready to have discipline and order in his White House, and that includes for him. And if that's true, then Kelly could be this could be a turning point for an administration that's been a chaotic mess most of the time. Or Donald Trump's not ready to listen to Kelly. He's not ready to follow rules, not ready to protect people who are his favorites from the rules. And if he's not ready, this will be yeesh.
Yeesh. Howard,
yeesh.
What do you think?
Well, I'm searching for some Scaramucci-like holy blank words to describe the magnitude of what's going on here. Look, Reince Priebus.
Please, we have a ban on some of those words. So
okay, I'll be careful.
Choose wisely.
Whether it was Reince Priebus's fault or not, and he was widely perceived to be a weak chief of staff, this has been a White House at war with itself. Lots of internal backbiting, sniping, and leaks against each other, and also making the president look bad. So what does the president do? He brings in a guy who's been a commander in war. And so whether or not General Kelly can bring some kind of military precision to this operation would be a big improvement in terms of message discipline and all that. But Donald Trump remains the commander-in-chief, and I doubt he's going to completely change his style of tweeting new policies or, you know, kind of saying things when he wants to say them in the way that he wants to say them.
You know, first of all, let's go back and play this soundbite. This is President Trump on November 9th, 2016, with his buddy Reince Priebus.
I never had a bad second with him. He's an unbelievable star. He is, that's right, how did you possibly guess? So let me tell you about Reince. And I've said this. I said Reince, and I know it. I know it. Look at all those people over there. I know it. Reince is a superstar. But I'll tell you, Reince is really a star. And he is the hardest working guy.
I mean, Reince was a star, Chris, for him in a lot of ways during that incredibly tumultuous primary season when he was running the RNC. And he had to navigate, and, you know, time and time again, we spoke with him, and he said, I'm on the side of whoever wins the Republican nomination. That's my job as the head of the RNC, and it really was not an easy job. Why do you think he had a tough time, perhaps, if any of the fault lies with him, making the transition from there to working in the Trump White House or leading it?
Let's be honest. He was set up to fail. We're hearing tonight, there's reporting tonight that Anthony Scaramucci is still going to be a direct report to the president. You can't possibly be a successful chief of staff if you are not the chief of the staff. You're talking about a White House in which the president's daughter and son-in-law are top advisors. You're talking about a president who plays favorites. He's got a new communications director that apparently delights him. And so this guy gets a direct access to the president and doesn't have to go through the chief of staff. Reince Priebus was not in a position to win because he had those problems. If you replicate the same problem set, it doesn't matter how good of a commander General Kelly was if he is not given the requisite things he needs to win.
General Kelly has such a great reputation. It's hard to find anybody who will say a bad word about General Kelly. And one thing that I do know is he treats everybody the same. I mean, you know, whether you're an assistant in the office or you're somebody that he's reporting to, he treats people equally. Let's put up some of his qualifications. Retired four-star general, served 3 tours in Iraq, comes to this new role from serving as DHS secretary, which we know, former commander of the U.S. Southern Command. He is well-versed in the ways of Washington, D.C. He was former senior military aide to Secretaries Gates and Panetta at the Defense Department, and very comfortable on both sides of the aisle. But, you know, Chris makes a great point here, Howie, and I doubt very much that General Kelly will put up with it if he feels he has a difficult time, you know, corralling the people who work there and focusing the president's information and everything else.
John Kelly is very much a straight shooter, and he comes in as more of a peer. President loves military men. At the same time, Reince Priebus was the epitome of the Republican establishment. This is a guy who ran the RNC, was supposed to have good relations with Capitol Hill, and they couldn't get the health care bill done. I think that took a toll on how the president viewed Priebus and made him feel like he needed a stronger personality. But as Chris alluded to earlier, if the president doesn't empower General Kelly to run a tighter ship, then we'll still see a White House that has these internal divisions and that has trouble, settling on one unified message.
Fascinating. You guys are great. Thanks as always. Good to see you both tonight.
Good to see you, Mark.
You bet. Happy Friday.
You too.